She didn't come to Harmony High looking for love, but love found her anyway. Amaka was the quiet girl with secrets behind her smile. Tunde was the boy who saw her when no one else did. Their connection started in silence, grew through sketches and smiles, and blossomed into a love too deep to ignore. But when distance, doubt, and drama threatened to tear them apart, will their hearts still find their way back to each other? Let's find out. Amaka was the new girl in SS2B at Harmony High School, Ibadan. She didn't want attention, she just wanted peace. But peace was hard to find when you were beautiful, brilliant, and mysterious. Students whispered about her on her first day. Her smooth caramel skin, deep brown eyes, and long braids that stopped at her waist caused stares from boys and jealous glances from girls. But Amaka didn't care. She sat at the back, kept her head down, and focused on her books. She had a past she didn't talk about, a school she left behind, a heartbreak she was still nursing. Love? That wasn't on her agenda. She was here to learn, graduate, and disappear again. But fate had other plans. His name was Tunde. Tunde Bello was the pride of Harmony High, assistant head boy, smart, kind. Everyone loved him. He was the kind of boy teachers trusted with their car keys and students trusted with their secrets. And somehow, he noticed Amaka. It started with a change in the seating arrangement. Mrs. Ajayi, the biology teacher, wanted to break cliques, so she moved students around. Amaka found herself sitting beside Tunde. She didn't say much the first week, just hi and bye. Tunde didn't push. He would pass her notes when she forgot her textbook. He would wait after class and walk with her silently to the next one. It wasn't the words, it was the consistency. Then one day, during a free period, he asked, "Do you draw?" Amaka blinked. "Why?" "I saw your notebook. You sketched the lab table. It looked like art." Amaka smiled faintly. It was the first time in weeks. From that day, they talked more about drawings, books, music. Today didn't ask personal questions. He didn't try to impress her. He just listened, and Amaka slowly opened up. She told him about her father's job transfer, about how she hated leaving her old school, about how she once trusted someone who used her. That was all she said. Today didn't ask for more. Their friendship grew quietly, in between classes, after school, during breaks. It wasn't loud or public, but it was real. Rumors started. Are they dating? She's not even fine like that. Tunde can do better. Amaka had it all. She almost pulled away, but Tunde stood by her. One afternoon, she found a note on her desk. It said, "Ignore the noise. I see you. T." Her heart softened. The SS2 student had a trip to the University of Ibadan Zoological Garden. Amaka almost didn't go. She hated crowd, but Tunde convinced her. The bus ride was noisy. Students were shouting, singing, and gossiping. Amaka sat by the window, sketching the moving trees. Tunde joined her and handed her his earphones. "Let's share," he said. They listened to Asha's Bibanke. No words, just music and glances. At the zoo, while others posed for photos, Tunde and Amaka walked quietly beside each other. They laughed at the baboons. They took silly selfies. And as they sat under a tree, away from the others, Tunde turned to her. Can I tell you something? Amaka nodded. I think I like you. Amaka's breath caught. She wasn't ready. She wanted to run, but she didn't press. It's fine if you don't feel the same. I just wanted you to know. Amaka said nothing, but that night, she couldn't stop smiling. A week later, everything changed. During assembly, the principal announced, the assistant head boy, Tunde Bello, is hereby suspended for 1 week for engaging in a fight after school hours. The whole school buzzed. Amaka was confused. Tunde? Fighting? Later, she heard the truth. Some SS3 boy had insulted her in front of others, called her names, claimed she was easy. Tunde had punched him, and the boy was injured. Amaka was furious, not at Tunde, but at herself. She felt guilty, like she brought trouble into his life. When he returned to school, she avoided him. He caught up with her after class. You've been ignoring me. You shouldn't have fought for me. You think I will let someone talk about you like that? You could have been expelled. I don't care. His voice echoed in the hallway, then softer. I care about you, Amaka. I can't just stand by. Amaka's eyes welled up. She whispered, I'm scared. Of what? Of needing someone again. Tunde held her hand. Then let's be scared together. Amaka wrote him a letter. She didn't know how else to say it. I tried to fight it. I didn't want this, but you broke through. You saw me when I was invisible. You cared when I had nothing to offer. I think I like you too. Maybe even more than I should. A. She folded it into his locker. The next day, he smiled at her. Just smiled. But it said everything. From then on, their bond grew stronger. Not everyone was happy. Tolani, Tunde's childhood friend and a school prefect, began acting cold. She and Amaka were in the same class. During a group project, Tolani rolled her eyes at everything Amaka said. At one point, she snapped. We know you think you are special just because Tunde likes you. Amaka didn't respond, but later that day, Tolani confronted her near the school canteen. You are not the first girl Tunde has liked. Don't think you will be the last. Amaka walked away, but it hurt. Tunde noticed her mood that evening and asked, what's wrong? Amaka hesitated. Do you have history with Tolani? He sighed. We were friends. She liked me. I didn't feel the same way. She's been bitter since. Amaka nodded. It's fine. But it wasn't. Drama had a way of creeping into peace. WAEC mocks were around the corner. Tunde and Amaka made a pact. No distractions. They started studying together in the school library. Other students teased them. Lively lovebirds. But they ignored it. One evening, while solving math problems, Amaka looked up and said, what if we don't end up in the same university? Tunde looked thoughtful. Then we write letters. We call. We visit. What if it fades? He smiled. Then we write a new story. But I will keep trying as long as you will. Amaka nodded. Okay. Amaka entered a national teen art competition. Her entry, a pencil sketch of the school hallway with two figures walking side by side, titled Behind the Classroom Walls. She didn't tell Tunde. She wanted it to be a surprise. Weeks later, she got a call. She won. The prize? a scholarship to study art at the university of her choice. The school celebrated her. The principal announced it during assembly. Amaka stood on stage, blushing as everyone clapped. Tunde met her after. You didn't tell me. I wanted you to see it first. She handed him a copy of the sketch. He looked at it, then at her. You drew us? Yes. I'm proud of you. I couldn't have done it without you. They hugged in the school garden while the bell rang for the next period. Graduation came fast, too fast. Students took pictures, signed shirts, cried, laughed. Amaka and Tunde stood under the mango tree near the back gate where they first laughed together. What now? She asked. Now we leave, he said, and we keep writing letters. And when life gets too loud, we remember these words. Behind the classroom walls, she whispered, where love found us. They didn't kiss, not yet, but the way their fingers touched said everything. The day after graduation, Amaka received a white envelope in her hostel locker. No name, just her nickname on the front, Sketch. Inside was a folded sheet. I didn't cry yesterday, but I wanted to. Not because I'm sad, but because you happened to me. You turned an ordinary classroom into a world. You made my silence feel seen. You gave me someone to wait for. I know the real world is big, but if there is a version of me out there who loses you, I don't want to be him. Till we meet again. Yours, always, T. She held the letter to her chest and smiled through tears. Amaka went to Obafemi Awolowo University. Tunde got admitted into University of Lagos. 2 hours apart, 2 different lives, but they stayed in touch. Voice notes, midnight calls, weekend visits when they could, shared playlists, digital drawings, and of course letters. Real ones. She would mail him sketches. He would reply with poems. Once, during a bad week, Amaka called crying. Her art lecturer had torn up her project, told her she lacked depth. Tunde didn't say much. He just took a picture of a drawing she once gave him and text. This hangs over my desk. You don't lack depth. The world lacks vision. She smiled, wiped her tears, and drew again. In their second year, things got harder. Tunde got busy with politics on campus. Amaka was swamped with projects. The messages slowed down. Amaka noticed the girl tagged him in every post. Always smiling, always close. Tunde never mentioned her. In her hostel room, Amaka stared at her phone. The silence was louder than any fight. She sent a voice note. Tunde, I don't want to lose us, but I can't be the only one holding on. He replied 6 hours later. I'm sorry, I got carried away. There is no one else. Just school, stress and stupidity. I will do better. Please don't go. She didn't, but her heart carried a scar. 3rd year, Harmattan semester, Amaka walked into her art studio and froze. There, standing by her easel with a rose in his hand, was Tunde. No warning, no text. He smiled. You said you had an exhibition today. I figured you might need your biggest fan. She ran to him and hugged him tight, her heart racing. Later that evening, after the exhibition, they sat outside under the stars. Tunde pulled something out of his pocket, a ring, not for marriage, just a silver promise ring. This isn't forever, he said, but it's for now. For every moment I can't be near. This is to remind you I'm always choosing you. Tears ran down Amaka's cheeks as she wore it. By their final year, they were stronger, not perfect. They had bad days, missed calls, jealous fights, silent treatment, but always they found their way back. After NYSC, Amaka published her first comic book, Behind the Classroom Walls. Tunde was on the uncovered dedication page to the boy who turned my silence into laughter. He showed up at the launch, still holding her first sketch of them, now laminated and framed. They locked eyes across the crowd, and this time, just this time, they kissed. Not rushed, not forced, but the kind that said, "We survived." Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed the story of Amaka and Tunde. What do you think about this lovebird? Please drop it in the comment section. I would like to read what you think about this story. And if you haven't subscribed by this time, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to this channel for more interesting and educative stories. Please give this video a thumbs up. See you in my next one. God bless you.